Another good day. Another good day. Guess what I did today? I didn't make any money. But what did I finish? What do you think I finished today? That worked pretty good, although I traded in the wrong place. I finished the time series code. No arrows. I did it. I had to do it myself. AI kind of dumb on some shit. So I'm between Claude and ChatGPT trying to square this out. The sample yesterday worked. Um, there was a label that Claude put yesterday that actually saw what the RMS values were doing. 1, 0, -1 for gray, basically. One green, zero red, -1 for gray. So based on that, I built by myself because AI wasn't going to help me up to two codes. And I started squaring them down. Okay, so any gray, any gray, is green. 0 any gray is red. When they are all red, it doesn't plot. I saw that today that all of them went red and they didn't plot. But it was only a few seconds. Then it goes right back to basically the ones that did it, the minute that it was all red, once it goes gray, they all fill in a certain color. So I did that and this is the eureka moment. I did mixed, which basically the original idea was red arrows, green arrows, yellow arrows when it's mixed. So guess what I did with the yellow value? I based yellow or a melt up on amount of red and amount of green. So I put mix value plot has green is greater than has red and gray. It started and I made it light green and the same thing uh, has red has red greater than has green has gray light red. I made a whole PSAR, PSAR adaptive point score thing uh, for all time series. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. Wait, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 1 hour, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 20 minute, 30 minute, hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. All those either green and they work identical to the original code. And I went long and I made $40 instantly, just like before, but strong as a motherfucker. But obviously, I don't have. I have things on that definitely manipulate the market, like a 30-day moving average and a 200-day moving average. So today, when I tested this shit out, it was really narrow price. I couldn't really do much. Like it went in. I went in and made $30 in the beginning. I tried again. It went red. Because obviously, I'm not looking at Enigma. I'm not doing any other trade but just time series. So I'm going in when they all turn red. I'm getting out when they turn yellow, when they're equal. When it's like three red, three green, get the fuck out. When amounts are equal between it starts deciding if it's gonna be light green or light red, I already get the fuck out. So price action was narrow. Basically, I call just pressing a button, the shit went bang. And today, after getting out of the trade, one of the 4 or 5 trades that I did today on the IRA, not on the main port, I closed, I left, I went back where I was consolidated, decided to drop 2 points, $2 and something odd cents today at like 315, between 315 and 345. So at the bottom, And at the top, right when it got to the between 315, 345, I decided to short, but I got out. So basically, the IRA still ended positive. I had no negative trades. I mean, it did went negative, but I closed out a $3 gain, no, a $10 gain today after it being read a couple times because obviously I was stuck on the moving averages where people do shit. You see what I mean? 30 moving average is a drop. 200 moving average is a rejection. Uh, all three of them at the end. I was about to go long. I was hoping that because it was down all day, it was at VWAP. I'm like, please cross VWAP with grab energy from VWAP to the outside so I could go long at 345 with a zero day to expiration call, like a $500 one, less. I think it was like 400, some shit like that. Please go past VWAP and go long the hard way so that we end bullish for Friday. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at VWAP, I'm looking at VWAP, I'm looking. They're all red, but they're not moving because it's like a consolidated channel. There was a all time series was actually red, but there was an value, equal bullish activity. So it just consolidated in between the 50, the 100, and the 200 moving average, and the 7, the 15, and the 30th. All of them converge at 345 today. I'm sitting, waiting for this shit to drop, and I forgot about it. I'm like, yeah, I already made $10. I'm gonna leave, but on Monday when I get on and I see, basically there's still volume where it's 10 o'clock in the morning. People are still trading, there's still shit going on. I'm going to wait for the next leg up and I'm going to go long. Basically, if I get there and it's green, I'm going to wait till it starts dumping and it goes all red and go and short all the way, the whole way, like the whole fucking way. I'm not going to stop. So it did good. It's sort of just like Pixar. It has its deficiencies based on based on other styles of trading strategies that must be present in the chart for you to know these things are going to happen. So the next goal that I'm going to do is add additional strategies in addition to rejecting at the 30-minute, rejecting at the 200-minute, so that I could see more other than those two, because those two are almost they have they have infinite power over price. Infinite 300 rejection, 200 rejection. Those are places that there's millions of traders going long, or doing the same thing price is doing. They are doing that, and that's how they trade. So the only way is the only way that I could get better is continue identifying these things, going long when there's sufficient, not trend lines, not price action gaps based on trend lines, but price action gaps based on the 30 moving average and the 200. So if it's well below or well above, go short, because there's going to be rejection at a certain point. Enigmas or rejection, the two-third or earth, the two-thirds line, the third, the earth two-third, the great, all the edges of the circles are all rejection lines, in addition to the 200 and the 30 MA. So all those things are fundamental to building a trading strategy. Everything, you have to integrate everything. But it's good seeing time series there. It's like light red, dark red, go short. Light green, dark green, go long. Go long for a while. For a while. It was dark red all day today. So it's just go like that. Just enter, enter. Just forget. Just do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid and do it. That's how it is. That's the logic of that shit. So I took a shower today because I had to, It was time. Yesterday, the market, the weather made me feel funky, so I had to change it up, wear the same pants, but do this. I had a coffee before going to shower, just so that I had this energy, because if not, by now I would have been crashing. And I am waiting or hopeful for my next idea. I'm sitting there. Everything that I use is technically my idea. Everything is my idea. I'm using all my ideas. Every single thing, hey, every single thing that I'm trading with are all my ideas. I am already thinking, when am I going to enter something else? What else am I going to add to that? Another thing I did today is that I removed those exclamation marks. I basically hid any plot, any plot that touches the 30 and the 200 MA, because that's visual. You're looking at the chart, you know that's going to happen. It's just like trend lines. I don't want to add trend lines to the code, because if I add trend lines, I am going to see too much. There's going to be too much noise in my trade, although I should, just to make it real messy, make it nasty, make it, it's already good. But if I add trend lines and it's red, and it's long or short, and I see that there's price, time series are green, there's no imminent 30 or 200 SMA in the way. Let's just go long. There's nothing else that I could do there, unless Enigma is there. Basically, if one of the circles of Enigma is in the way of price action on a trend line, that's definitely it's gonna reject there miraculously, like it always does. Enigma is the law of the land when it comes to macro. I want to call macro, but yeah, it's like the macro daily trend. So the whole day is based on Enigma. Enigma rejects off the bottom of the earth and it disappears down to the downside. Either it goes out the sun or it stays inside Jupiter or Neptune or whatever, or Saturn. Jupiter, it goes down. It stays in that imminent area. And today it barely left Earth. It was really close to Earth. It wasn't really a ginormous pullback like in other days. So yeah, definitely been a good day, a good trading day. Oh, and I said to myself leaving today on Friday that I'm gonna take the negative balance that is on the IRA wallet, thanks to the American Airlines trade that I did back in the day. Maybe it wasn't September, it wasn't August. I think it was like late July. I made an earnings trade with American Airlines and it went bust. So I'm gonna come up 1,000. That's my goal. My goal is right now continue using what I'm doing. Don't touch the $20,000 that I've made already on the margin port, and start clearing out the year to date on the IRA code. I mean on the IRA wallet. And Monday we're gonna go intrinsic value intra channel. We're not gonna go long intrinsic value. We're gonna go 30 cents, depending on what's there with intrinsic value. Just with 30 contracts. 'Cause I figured a way to do it. I basically opened two more windows. Hey, two more windows, and I color them so I look at me. Basically, under the chart is my option chain. So I put the zero DTE, that's $500 on green. The zero DTE put, that's $500 on red, and I press market value. Like, okay, look at that, boom, press market and trade that way with an option. That's how I made the $10 today. But yeah, it's gonna be good. We're gonna clear those $1,000. Once I clear those $1,000, you're gonna know. We're gonna see how long I take. Hopefully, I make $250 in one day. So this week, so a third of that debt goes away. A third. I want to be that aggressive. And listen to this shit. All I got to trade is $800. So I gotta pull a rabbit out my ass and make $200 with 800. And the only way I'm gonna do that is with 40 contracts worth $500, 0.25 delta or some shit like that. Put that shit there and launch. like that. There's no other way. Launch that motherfucking ass shit and hope I hit the long trend. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I'm sitting here relaxing, drying up because I showered. I don't want to be a wet mess after I get back to Battery Park. There's definitely uh there's definitely substantial trading activity, and I can't wait myself with what I'm gonna come up with next. This might be anything I'm gonna use for the rest of my life. What else do I want? I got all the time series, every one. Although I need the code, all the time series one color that happened today, all of them. From 1 minute to 4 hour, all went red for a little bit at the end of the day. And it didn't even move. It wasn't like a sudden knife drop. It was rather there. So I have to figure out not has red and gray, rather has red and put another color that's not dark red, maybe like black. The button is black. This is dumping. Like negative diamond. Maybe even change the plot to a diamond. Diamond, it's like a motherfucking exit all the way down. And maybe a blue circle is all green. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Just do that, and that should be fairly quick. That should be an easy update to the code. And I can't wait to what I invent next. What I literally invent. I'm like, yeah, let me take this and make this. And I made it. I made it again. I did the same thing with the RSI. I did it again. Definitely very proud of myself. Fucking coding fucking 8 hours a day and shit straight. Not giving a fuck. Coding straight. No weights. No checking email. Not doing some other shit. Nah. Coding. You know, ask ChatGPT, reply, copy, paste, no good. Ask, reply, no good. Again, rephrase, ideate, create an idea. Ask ChatGPT with a new idea like that. That's basically all I did. I did that shit for 3 days with RSI, and I did this shit 2 days with time series. And today I got all the time series in one little piece of shit underneath the candle. Yellow equal flat. Could be a melt up, but it's equal. Equal red, equal red, equal green, all gray. The rest gray. Red, light red, little move in a direction. And the thing is that it works to perfection. There is no moving up like green. Nah. I mean, moving up like red. Nah. If it's deep burgundy color and it starts moving up, it's like green immediately. There's no if, ands, or buts. It posts. It's not like Pizarro. Pizarro, remember Pizarro? That old school uh, button, circle below green if it's long, circle above red if it's short. That shit has mad false positives. It goes up and then turns green. Nah, this is here, up, green. Here, down, another color. Check like that. It's basically the same candle. Like it's dealing with time series. Another thing that I need to check out is doing it on the 30 minute. Basically, I got to modify what it's looking at to include what it needs for 30 minutes because when you change aggregation period in the chart out of the out of the 15 plots that I'm using today, it starts using the last ones. So it starts using beyond the 4 hour. It starts using the day, it starts using the 2 day, the 3 day, the 4 day, the week, quarter, week expiration, blah blah blah. So I need to code that with, I need to finish the code. I shouldn't do it because that's basically less money from my pockets. I'm not working when I'm doing this. I need to take everything that's left from the 4 hour Obviously, it's going to start at 30 minute. Everything from the 30 minute down to the quarter or the year, and ensure that it works with using the same principle from the 1 minute to the 4 hour. The same thing to ensure that everything works as intended, so that the code, the second segment of the code is focused on new plots, on new RMS values past the 30, and figure it out that way. So that one word, so that I got the 1 minute, anything, basically all the time series for the 1 minute to have those electrifying, bone crushing, hair racing trades during the day, and have the longer version, basically mixed green. Okay, go long here. That's basically how it goes. If the 3 is red, 4 hour, hour, 2 hour, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth, it's gonna give you a specific perspective, and utilize that to make trades. Because how do you call it? Based on how big the time series are, um, it's only going to show up to 2 days. If I were to put 30 minutes, it shows up to 2 days in the 1 minute. So I ensured that I didn't see 2 minutes so that the code worked, because every single one is, every single signal is going to be mixed. Why? Because I was looking into signals that were going to be permanent, um, based on a long term trade. So the day is going to be green. The week is going to be, the 2 days is going to be green. Blah blah blah. That's going to take days for them to switch, so that you're not going to get an accurate measurement with that. But with the 30, I may get a 30. The start at 30 up to 4 hour, maybe a full day. Maybe do those, measure only those, and only go, basically, and represent the amount of RMS values that are that move during a 30 time series window to make trades. Basically, they read the 60-minute red. No, wait, they read 60-hour red, 4 hour red, 2 hour red, 1 hour red, 30 minute. Basically, that's the full time series and more that should appear at a 30 minute. So anything outside that bracket, the code shouldn't have. So whenever those are a particular color, you enter that long as fuck trade. Basically, see if it's are even bigger than before. Obviously, because it's two. It basically, there's four possible combinations that those specific time series can have. And whenever you see it on the 30, you could just enter ginormous trades like that. I'm not gonna do it now, but that's definitely that's on that's ideation, and it's already sounding mint, sounding sight, sounding perfection. That's gonna be the following format. Look at the 30 from the three possibilities. See what is showing. Maybe a light red during the day, maybe a dark, maybe a light green, maybe a dark green, maybe a dark red, etc. Yellow, sideways, or whatever. So I can start entering 30-minute trades from a significant time back. That's the goal. Basically, enter Monday after confirmed. So say Tuesday. Confirmed Monday. This is what it looks like. Enter trade. That's it. Peace. Hope you guys have a good weekend once again before I get carried away.